A lot of things have been going on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Did you see about that video that the guy posted? That the incident that happened at Greenfield Plaza
I did.
a week or two ago.
I did. And what is that? NED? Is that the group?
New Era Detroit.
New
I think
Era
that's the name
Detroit.
of it. Yeah.
But if you didn't, you can Google or go to their page and see it. A group of very focused young African American men returned to Greenfield Plaza to confront one of the business owners about an earlier encounter where he called one of the young men the N-word. And I guess it became a little distracting because there was an African American guy that was there that was trying to prevent them from approaching the guy. So, it was interesting, but they were very calm. They were focused. They wanted some solution. The bigger issue for me is that do you ever notice who is always on the other side of the counter of the places that we patronize? I mean, do you ever notice that, Cliff?
Yeah, I do. But if we, and like a lot of those people said in the comments, if you don't like the service that you're getting, if you're having a problem, don't go there anymore.
And that's what I said. Take your money someplace else.
But
that place is a dump anyway.
It is. I was in there a couple of months ago. And
what were you doing in there, Clifford?
Somebody was getting their hair done. I was with.
Done.
You
okay.
are. No, I didn't say did.
Same thing. Same thing, Clifford. But I'd be interested if any of our listeners checked out that video. I'd certainly be interested because if a couple people commented and said, well, they came back to challenge him about calling this gentleman the N-word, but yet and still they use the N-word every 2 seconds.
It did. It went sideways. There was some pushing and shoving out there, and I don't know who started it. Some say that the Arab gentleman, the owner, had put his hands on or touched a young lady that he was with, or that was with
the group.
And as you said, then the epithet started to be used everywhere. And that's the sad thing about it is how are you going to call...
But Cliff, that's the thing, and this is what somebody told me once, and I actually wrote a blog about the N-word. The N-word has a different connotation for young people because they don't know the historical significance. And for all practical purposes, a couple of young people have shared with me, this is the last thing that they hold on to. So I'm just telling you, so I'd be interested, at 313-209-9000. I mean, that's almost like the Black Lives Matter thing. Just because it's wrong, and I want to talk about that too. The black-on-black crime, especially right now, Detroit seems to be just ridiculous. But that doesn't justify somebody else doing it.
And I want to talk about what happened this weekend and all the violence, too. But I remember your blog. I read it. But the problem with it, Karen, is it's based on a false premise. Think about what you just said. It means something different to young people now because they don't know the historical context.
Okay.
The reason why that's not true is because let somebody else call them the N-word that's not black and they want to fight. That means they know the historical context.
No, not necessarily. What that means is that this is their word and they have defined it, and that maybe they think, okay, white people have stolen the music, the style, the culture. This is the last frontier. I'm just telling you what they've said to me.
But that's a bunch of crap because they wouldn't be so upset.
How do you know, Clifford? How do you don't even talk to anybody? Oh, yes, you do, the young ladies. I was going to say you don't even talk to anybody under 50, but I forgot. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
25.
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing is, why did they go back up there? Because they were offended that a non-African American called someone that word.
But this goes back to the whole, people talking about the protests at, the different political events and those kinds of things. People are frustrated, Cliff. Young African Americans, young black people are frustrated and looking for an outlet in terms of, the inequalities in this country. Frowning for.
Stop disrespecting yourself, and then people will stop disrespecting you.
I don't agree with that, Cliff. I don't think that's the issue. I really don't. Now, I do agree that we need to stop disrespecting ourselves. We do need to uplift ourselves and each other. We need to hold ourselves to a higher standard. We do.
But if you remember,
but that's not the problem. I think the problem is that America looks down and looks with a level of disdain upon people of color in this country. They always have, and unfortunately, based on the trajectory, it looks like they always will.